Hi, my name's Spence, and this is my 1991 Toyota HiAce. The outside's a little worse for wear. It's been used a lot, but this is just how I picked it up and decided, you know what, let's go ahead and build it. We got a bunch of mud on the side here. It's off-road capable, I guess. Went out last weekend and it tends to cling on there, but I do plan on painting it Toyota Cavalry Blue, kind of an OEM Plus kind of look. And once we get past all these blemishes and stuff, it'll be pretty sweet looking, I think. It's a real head turner. All right, let's have a look on the inside. So I built everything custom made to the specs of the van. I wanted to make sure that I had enough room for all of my fishing gear, have a really nice electrical system in here. Got a small kitchen counter, little fridge, some drawer space, and a sink, all managed to cram into a very, very tight space. So on this bench seat here, we'll just pop this down on the floor and open it up, is my electrical system. Now I'm running two 6-volt gel batteries at a 275 amp hour. I'm running a double shunt system. It's kind of uncommon to see, but I wanted to have two battery monitors, one in the kitchen area and one up front as I'm driving, just to keep an eye on my battery voltage for both the starter battery and the battery bank as I'm charging. I also have a 1500 watt Go Power inverter, a small fuse block there, and a Renogy 20 amp DC to DC charger, as well as some snow chains, tools, extra fluids, spare alternator, just stuff that you'd want to incorporate into your build as you're going off into the middle of nowhere. And on this side, we just have all of my necessities of life when I'm out there on the road. So I have my extra window covers, have a boost pack just in case anything breaks down and needs to be charged, camera tripod for when I'm doing my hiking videos. I've got a little heated seat when the drive gets really long, and I've got all my extra dog stuff. Got my Coleman stove for when I'm cooking, and it changes season to season. If it's the winter time, I'll take all that stuff out and I'll have my ice fishing auger, all my ice fishing gear in there, snowshoes, ski boots, you know, all that kind of stuff. So when I started this build, I see a lot of camper vans that have the bench, the table, and to make the bed, you would have to, you know, put the cushion down, drop the table in between, put the cushion, get your bed. No. See, for me, I tend to drive until I physically can't anymore, so I'll just pull off the side of the road, and to set up my bed, all you got to do is pull this leg out, twist this knob, and the bed just comes right down. Sleeping bag's already folded up, so you just open her up, and you're good to go to bed, just like that. And it's as easy as putting the bag up, lifting the whole assembly up there, latching the deadbolt, and putting up the legs again, and you're already ready to go. Now on the opposite side here, we have the kitchen area. Got our control panel with battery monitor, inverter, light switches, all that basic functionality. We had the diesel heater output here, small isotherm 12-volt fridge, got some drawers for storage, coffee drawer, most important, and we've even got a little sink with gray water storage on the bottom here. And up here, we've got two upper cabinets where I'll keep some food, some dishes, snacks, you name it, keeps it off the countertop. Now if you notice, I have all these holes cut out through all the cabinets that you see in the van. And one of the reasons for that was to save on the amount of weight. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but over time it adds up with the amount of weight that you're putting in. And the second reason is just to allow airflow. Because when I go camping in the middle of the winter, sometimes it can get to like minus 27 degrees, so you don't want your stuff freezing. So by having these holes cut into the cabinets all over the place, it allows heat to get in and just keeps things from freezing up on you. So the ceiling here, I kind of did a unique approach. What I did is I used 2 sheets of 1/4-inch Baltic birch along the whole length of the ceiling of the van and ran these batten strips around to cover up all the nail holes. My original plan was I wanted to do some cedar along the ceiling, but with the cost and the weight of the cedar, it just didn't really seem like a good idea at the time. Now, one other cool thing I wanted to keep in this build was this old Japanese light here. So this is actually a fluorescent tube light that turns on when the doors open. So I figured I've never seen anything like that in any kind of other vans, so super cool. And then on the other side here, you just have this small privacy curtain that I'll just pull across when I'm camping out or, you know, want to sleep in and don't want the light getting in. We will be putting a nice little curtain piece up here just to deal with the curvature of the van eventually, but for now this works good enough. And on the bottom here, I actually keep a 110 volt compressor. So when I'm doing my off-roading, I like to air down the tires to around 8 to 10 PSI or so. And having to air back up again with the 12 volt compressors can be a bit of a challenge. So being a woodworker, I had my old finishing compressor with me. So I figured, you know what? I've got a 1500 watt inverter. Might as well use that to pump up my tires. So one of the things about the Toyota HiAce, especially in this model year, the 91, is it had an engine called a 3L. Not 3 liter, but L as in L family engines. It was a 2.8 liter naturally aspirated diesel, and it was slow. Very slow. And they unfortunately were very prone to overheating. So one of the things I did to mitigate that is actually my favorite part of the build. Let's have a look. So this here is a 2000 Volkswagen TDI engine with the ALH engine code. I picked this particular engine because they're very easy to come by in North America. It has roughly the same horsepower and torque output as the old 3L engines, and it fits a lot easier into the engine bay than the old 3Ls did. Another really nice thing about this particular engine is its fuel economy. With the full build that I have in here, I'm averaging around 8.5 liters to around 9 liters per 100 kilometers, which is fantastic for a fully built 4-wheel drive camper van. Another really nice thing about this particular engine is its turbocharger. It's really fast up on the hills. You put your foot into it and doesn't even realize it's there. Unlike some of the other JDM vans out there, you see on the highways going up the hills with their 4-ways on, just struggling to keep up. Not a problem with this thing.